Hello everyone, welcome back to Heroic Alike Comics. Today, we're diving deep into the thrilling world of Savage Spider-Man. If you're new here, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more awesome comic book content. Now, let's swing into action. In this video, we're going to explore the story of Savage Spider-Man, picking up from the events of the first issue. In the previous installment, the mysterious organization Immaculatum unleashed a drug called A+, turning our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man into the ferocious Savage Spider-Man. Stranded on the Isle of the Damned with Hydra, leader Baron Zemo, our web-slinger faced monstrous challenges as the A+ drug merged with his DNA. As the story unfolds, Zemo and Savage Spider-Man, now a primal beast with diminished intelligence, cross paths on the island, recognizing each other. A tense encounter ensues, with monsters lurking around every corner. Forced to fight back to back, they form an unlikely alliance against the onslaught. Savage Spider-Man's journey takes an unexpected turn as he discovers a newfound ability, controlling the island's monsters by attaching a part of himself to them. This revelation sets the stage for an epic confrontation with the creatures, adding a layer of complexity to the unfolding narrative. Amidst the chaos, glimpses of memories not belonging to Savage Spider-Man, but to those he battles start to surface. Simultaneously, a shadowy organization plots global operations under the guise of combating climate change, promising intriguing developments in the issues to come. Issue 2 picks up with Savage Spider-Man declaring himself the Alpha of the Isle of the Damned, a title he fiercely defends. His diminished intelligence focuses on one goal, the brutal elimination of Baron Zemo. What unfolds is a deadly game as Savage Spider-Man, now with control over others infected with A+, sends them one by one to take down Zemo. In a fight for his life, Zemo faces overwhelming odds, with Savage Spider-Man's army closing in. However, Zemo, displaying remarkable skills, manages to thwart each attacker. The battle between them intensifies, revealing the primal nature of Savage Spider-Man, driven by the need to establish dominance. The conflict takes a poignant turn as Zemo, while fending off attacks, enlightens Savage Spider-Man about the true nature of his inner self. Zemo believes that the transformation merely unveiled the savage instincts that were always present within Spider-Man. As Savage Spider-Man's forces crumble, a revelation occurs. He absorbs the memories of his fallen companions, experiencing their humanity before succumbing to the A+ drug. The emotional weight of these memories adds depth to the narrative, showcasing the toll of the savage transformation. Meanwhile, Wolf and his extremist organization are gearing up for a catastrophic experiment. Their plan involves unleashing the A+ drug on a city, intending to plunge society into chaos by reducing everyone's intellect. The ideological motives behind this act reveal a larger conspiracy at play. The narrative seamlessly shifts between the island and the impending chaos in the city. As Zemo gains control over Savage Spider-Man using a collar, the stage is set for a dramatic conclusion. The clash between their forces and the impending A+ outbreak in the city converge, creating a suspenseful atmosphere. So remember, Zemo took control of Savage Spider-Man, turning him into a weapon against the Cabal Immaculatum, the masterminds behind the A+ drug. This drug, stripping intelligence while enhancing strength, led Spider-Man and Zemo to a deserted island, now the stage for a clash with the extremist group. Issue 3 kicks off with Spider-Man seemingly tamed, a once ferocious beast now under the control of Hydra. The collar around his neck turns him into a weapon aimed at Immaculatum's destructive plans. The Cabal, having reached Memphis, intends to test the A+ drug, a concoction meant to eliminate those they deem impure from society. As Immaculatum executes their plan in Memphis, Hydra, including Spider-Man on a chain, confronts the extremists. A showdown ensues, and Spider-Man, now serving Zemo, becomes a force to be reckoned with, wreaking havoc on Immaculatum's forces. Amidst the chaos, Spider-Man's primitive instincts collide with a guiding voice in his mind. Zemo, in a decisive move, orders a missile strike on the city, revealing a more significant threat, not just to the enemy but to everyone. Spider-Man, torn between primal instincts and a flicker of humanity, attempts to intervene. In a moment of surprising heroism, Spider-Man uses his webbing to stop the missiles, but one slips through. Swiftly, he grabs it and redirects it skyward, sacrificing himself in the process. The impact leaves Savage Spider-Man on the ground, vulnerable. Kraken's Bane seizes the opportunity, grabbing Savage Spider-Man. In the struggle, his mask is ripped off, exposing him to the A+ chemical. As it turns out, Spider-Man is deemed pure. However, a revelation unfolds as Zemo, in a moment of uncertainty about his own purity, takes a drastic measure, proving his commitment to the cause. Down one member, Immaculatum faces Zemo's demand for his share, leading to a tense standoff. Zemo, threatening to detonate the atomic core on his ship, strikes a pact. The resolution involves dealing with Savage Spider-Man, who is set ablaze while they make their escape. Here's the twist: as Savage Spider-Man burns, he transforms into a stone-like form. Emerging from the ashes, he takes on a new appearance, red-eyed and resembling a man. It hints at a potential resurrection, leaving readers intrigued about what's next for our web-slinging hero. The issue wraps up with Immaculatum fleeing, leaving behind the seemingly incinerated Savage Spider-Man. The unanswered question lingers: is Spider-Man truly gone? Or does this transformation signify a rebirth? Now issue 4 picks up with Peter Parker, who is far from the savage beast we encountered before. This Spider-Man is overly logical, using his heightened intelligence to strategize against Immaculatum. Observing their Hydra ship, Spider-Man calculates that to stop them, he needs to get on board. Acknowledging changes in his body, possibly triggered by the A+ serum, Spider-Man takes a calculated leap using a sewer grate as a makeshift propeller. His body has undergone transformations, including a molting process triggered by severe bodily harm, proving his survival after being incinerated. Believing the A+ serum triggered a hyperactive regenerative response during his molting, Spider-Man notes lingering biological changes, like red webbing in eyes. He discovers that the inhabitants on the island were test subjects, albeit unable to survive extreme damage like him. With less than 30 minutes to stop Zemo and Wolf from detonating A+ globally, Spider-Man wastes no time. His intelligence is greater, and in his new Spidey suit, he systematically outsmarts Immaculatum's forces to save humanity. Transitioning to Zemo and the Immaculatum group, we uncover the source of their power: the Mad Thinker. Immaculatum is using him as a supercomputer. A+ was his creation. The Mad Thinker joined them for solitude, desiring a quiet place to think. Spider-Man interrupts their plans, initiating a series of coordinated explosions around their flying fortress. As the ship faces critical errors, Spider-Man reveals a meticulous plan, causing vibrations and rumblings throughout. Zemo initially dismisses it as a bluff, but Spider-Man emphasizes the imminent destruction, calculating every detail. The ship, despite upgrades, is on the brink of collapse. Spider-Man's logical transformation becomes apparent as he accepts a small loss for a greater good. He highlights the acceptable population loss, urging Immaculatum to grasp the gravity of the situation. Zemo realizes this Spider-Man is different, more strategic, more ruthless. Immaculatum informs Spider-Man they have 20 minutes before their plans go operational. However, Spider-Man, one step ahead, reveals he'd plugged up a crucial exhaust vent, reducing their time to 10 minutes. As Immaculatum searches for Spider-Man, they encounter booby traps, complicating their mission. Zemo tries to reason with the group, insisting this is not the Spider-Man they know. Spider-Man, with precision and efficiency, battles Immaculatum's members one by one. The fortress becomes a battleground filled with traps, showcasing Spider-Man's strategic brilliance. Unexpectedly, the Mad Thinker, serving as the mainframe, adds a layer of complexity. Spider-Man, undeterred, starts pulling plugs to disable the fortress. Locked out of their mainframe, Immaculatum is in disarray. Zemo attempts to make sense of the chaos, emphasizing that Spider-Man is not typically this brutal or savage. However, Spider-Man descends upon them, initiating a showdown. The battle unfolds with Spider-Man using precise calculations and extreme precision. He outthinks and outplays Immaculatum, dismantling their forces. Wolf, the first to confront Spider-Man, falls victim to his strategic prowess. As Spider-Man progresses through the fortress, he encounters Zemo and the revelation of the Mad Thinker's role. Zemo's attempts to reason with Spider-Man fall on deaf ears. Spider-Man's focus remains on disrupting Immaculatum's operations to prevent the catastrophic A+ release. With the fortress shaking from Spider-Man's coordinated explosions, Zemo and the group realize the severity of the situation. Spider-Man, unfazed, reaffirms that he's not bluffing. Immaculatum scrambles to find Spider-Man as the ship's impending doom becomes more evident. Spider-Man, now in his new form, combines intellect and strategy to outmaneuver Immaculatum. The issue concludes with the flying fortress on the verge of destruction, and Spider-Man's calculated moves leave Immaculatum questioning their plans. Moving on to issue 5, we find Peter Parker navigating the Immaculatum ship's mainframe, a result of the A+ serum's influence. He discovers the Mad Thinker, the mastermind behind A+, and begins reprogramming it to eliminate ego from humanity, aiming for global peace. Simultaneously, Spider-Man's physical form is wreaking havoc outside. Immaculatum and Zemo are powerless against his newfound intellect and strategic brilliance. Spider-Man effortlessly outplays them, while maintaining a conversation within the ship's subconscious. Inside, the Mad Thinker acknowledges Spider-Man's intentions but questions the process, seeking an explanation for potential program biases. An intellectual debate unfolds as Spider-Man argues that removing ego will eradicate suffering, fostering a shared intellect, and transforming global dynamics. The mad thinker, now a silent observer, reveals a catch. His heightened cognitive abilities result from shutting down non-essential processes, including emotions. Spider-Man, undeterred, reinstates the thinker's emotions, flooding him with a spectrum of feelings. Outside, Spider-Man's physical form confronts the Immaculatum, leaving only Zemo standing. The internal and external battles intertwine, illustrating Spider-Man's struggle to redefine humanity by removing ego. In a moment of revelation, Spider-Man realizes the profound consequences of eliminating ego. It goes beyond reshaping society. It jeopardizes fundamental human experiences like friendship and love. He recognizes that humanity is more than just atoms and decides the cost is too high. Acknowledging his own weakness and the impact of hatred, Spider-Man confronts Zemo, making a choice that surprises both the Mad Thinker and Zemo himself. The Mad Thinker, bound by his role, silently accepts Spider-Man's decision. In a twist, Spider-Man promises to erase all traces of a plus and calls in Doctor Strange to clean up the aftermath. Zemo is captured, the Immaculatum dealt with, and Peter Parker's experiment concludes with a commitment to help the Thinker. As the series wraps up, Peter, now back to his normal self, expresses gratitude to Doctor Strange and reflects on the importance of free will for society. He decides that despite the experiment, they are better off with free will. Ending the phone call, Peter heads to his apartment, emphasizing the return to normalcy. The series concludes with Peter finding solace in the simplicity of everyday life, devouring pizza in Times Square, and reveling in the beauty of human society. And there you have it, folks. The Savage Spider-Man series takes us on a ride of transformation, moral dilemmas, and ultimately, a return to the core values of humanity. Share your thoughts in the comments, and until the next breakdown, click those like and subscribe buttons to show your support.